I didn't know today was the day that I was gonna make so many videos. So I just posted a video about like my neighborhood, my neighbor making his kids sit in the front yard, and like that's not like breaking the law and stuff. And then he did get like a backtrack, but everything he did was like legal, and he can't get in trouble for it at all. And that was one of the things. But then there was like another thing. I worked for a company, and I had a really bad GM, and he would call like the pump room, and then after it, and then he would start forcing like Y94, because you can do like sponsors, and like you can pay like Y94 to like play songs and stuff like that. It's technically legal, but and he would start playing this song about like, I really need to learn the name of the song, but it's super annoying, and he played it like constantly, and it was basically me just like, you know if you know what that means. And then the next job that I worked at is like, once you start, you can never quit. And they would like leave a sign on the little like printer thing, and I'm just like, and like technically that stuff, you can get in trouble for that. Like the cops can like fine you for that stuff. And like him like telling me that like you need to go into the pump room, like he can get in trouble for that, even though that's not quote unquote English, but I know what that means. It's like, yeah, like, and I think that's why he terminated me, is because I didn't want to go, but I did submit, because he did like harass me enough, and I'm just like, I gave up. And so I did submit to him, but he did not. He'd rather just write me up and yell at me, and I'm just like, why are you yelling at me? He thought it was a huge joke and stuff like that, but that GM should have got fired. But my other GM afterwards at my other place, he was amazing. Like, I think he had like a thing for me, and I asked him to go mountain biking with me and stuff, but he was a really good GM, and like, I think if he really, really wanted to pursue it, we could have had a relationship and stuff, but we didn't pursue it and stuff like that. But he was a really, really good GM. But I had like a ton of coworkers that would like constantly hit on me, and it didn't like affect me. I was just, I kind of blew it off, but I knew if I like went to him and I complained to him about it, he would have dealt with it. He was an amazing boss, and he didn't allow his like emotions control his actions and stuff. Like and so like I knew like even if I did date him, he would never use that against me. Like I knew like no matter what, like if we dated and then we broke up, I would still have a job no matter what, and which was really, really cool. Like I loved, like, yeah, we dealt with like other stuff, and I knew like if I was with him or if I was not with him, it wouldn't change how he would have handled my coworkers, and like the only issue that I had with him was promotion, and that was just because he had to deal with harassment, but he could have used the fact that I was there like one of the longest employees there, so he could have like used that stuff, but that's not how that company ran stuff. They 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 worked technically for like a quote unquote another union thing, so like they had like a contractor, and so he like ran his business, but then he also like did like this quote unquote side hustle that I was not part of, so I had to watch some interesting stuff. But that GM was great at managing all of that, but yes, but that's besides the point. But and I don't know those side hustles, like they could maybe get in trouble for that, but I don't think they could get in trouble. The contractor that they contract to is the one who would get in trouble for it, so I think they're like safe. But the job before that, that GM should have got fired. Like even though he didn't like quote unquote speak English, everybody understood what he was doing, and that was sexual harassment, and he should have got terminated for it. And like, yeah, so like it's different. Like my neighborhood, like my neighbor across the street, they like speak the same language, but he can't get in trouble for what he did, but that GM could, because it's like, yeah, and it's hard, to when, so yes. And then my other GM, he didn't really like, he would he talks in like, he talks English, but to like make people understand, you know. It's kind of like how like when he's like trying to explain stuff, like I think most people understand what an apple means, you know. It falls off the tree, you're like, you know, like, so like he doesn't always talk like that, and I think he talks to different people in different ways and stuff like that. But when you write up a agreement or a document and stuff, you have to write it in like plain English. You can't be like, she needs to go to the pump room 5 times a week or something like that. One, they should go to jail. Just saying. So even wanting to write that, it's basically she needs to go and have sex 5 times a week with the, that's illegal. Maybe in Nevada because prostitution is legal or whatever. But either way, if they're gonna write this contract up, they need to spell it S-E-X, not pump room. It means the exact same thing. Yes. But, you know, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, my neighbor, what he did, I did not like at all, but he didn't break the law. What he did, he broke the law.